Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to touch on a subject that's a little bit sensitive, so if you are sensitive to anything, mental health related or eating disorder related or body dysmorphia related, either click off of my video or keep listening. Honestly, it's not going to be going too into depth into things. Honestly, I have dealt with all of these things, not as bad as the person that I'm going to be talking about, but I just wanted to have that disclaimer out there. So let's get to the video. I want to talk about Eugenia Cooney. If anyone doesn't know who Eugenia Cooney is, she is a YouTuber who's been on YouTube for the last 5 or more years. She pretty much, her whole demographic is basically to girl gamers, streamers, and girls that are emo. I started watching her because years and years ago I was an emo kid. If you've watched my last couple videos, you might have heard me say that. I thought that she was kind of cool, but I noticed right away that she was super skinny. And I'm not talking about the skinny that is like, oh, she's just too thin. I'm talking about the skinny as anorexic. As someone who has dealt with eating disorders in the past, I have never been that bad, but I definitely recognized it right away. And usually you don't want to talk about those kind of things. It's a very sensitive subject for anybody, to talk about their body, to talk about, what they're eating, what they're not eating, and what they're doing, to themselves in that way. So I used to watch her videos long time ago, and I thought she was cool until, I kind of stopped watching for 2 reasons. One, because she was just getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and literally skin and bones. No muscle, no fat, no nothing. Literally, you could just see her bones. If she didn't have skin covering it, that's all you would see was, a Halloween skeleton is exactly what she looks like, and it's very scary. And I kind of stopped watching her videos, again, for 2 reasons. One reason was that a lot of her followers are young women, young girls, young middle school, high school kids, and that kind of demographic. All these girls were idolizing her, oh my god, you look great, I want to be skinny like you, I want to look like you, you're awesome, you're beautiful, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And that's great for anyone, but when you are encouraging eating disorders from somebody, when you are encouraging them that what they're doing is okay, it's not okay. It's just not. And I think that a lot of these young girls are aspiring to be her, are looking at someone as an idol. Somebody that thin and somebody that unstable and fragile as an idol, that's not good. I'm sorry about that noise. My dog is chewing a dog toy. So that's what the noise is. Anyway, it's not good, and, so I stopped watching until the whole Shane Dawson docu-series on her. The whole thing with, her friends forcing her to rehab and having an intervention and all that stuff. I don't really know too much about that because, honestly, again, I stopped following her up until that point. So what I know is whatever was on the Shane Dawson docu-series about her, and then a few videos I had kind of researched. It's very, she looked good. Coming out of rehab, she was looking good. And with the docu-series and everything else going on, sorry, my dog was annoying me. You gotta wait. She's waiting for her toy. I'm so sorry. So I shouldn't be laughing. My dog is making me laugh. So in the docuseries, she looked really good. She looked like she was getting better. The docuseries made you believe that she was getting better, that she was finally acknowledging her issues, her eating disorder. She was finally starting to acknowledge it. Obviously she tried not to say the word eating disorder. She tried not to, sorry, my dog wanted her toy really bad, so you're gonna have to deal with that noise, I'm sorry. So she tried not to say the word eating disorder. She tried to ignore it like usual, but she sort of started tapping into, acknowledging it on YouTube, acknowledging it on her social media, and she looked good. But what I noticed is, two things. She was looking really good and healthy because she was being, I want to assume, fed by tubes and, started eating normal food before she got released. I don't specifically know the details on that, but normally I assume that's what happens. So she came home. Shane Dawson did the docuseries. It looked really, really good. She looked like she was getting better. She was wearing less makeup. Her hair looked healthier. Her face looked healthier. But she was wearing hoodies and things like that. She was wearing, t-shirts, hoodies, things to kind of I want to say hide her body. I feel like maybe in her eyes she still looked distorted, like her version of herself was distorted. I think maybe she wasn't happy with herself looking that way when everyone else was rooting for her. Everyone else was trying to let her know that she looked great and they were happy she was on the road to recovery, things like that. But then as time started going on, she's back living home with her crazy mother, who basically, I want to say, is trying to keep her home and childlike. Her mom, basically, I know that there's a lot of conspiracy theories about her mom and a lot of theories about what's going on in her home life. I do not know Eugenia Cooney personally. I don't want to sit here and assume or say, but I do sort of agree with some of this stuff. If you watch any of her videos, especially the ones with her family, like her mom in them, her mom is kind of loopy. Her mom basically encourages her to act like she's 10 years old. And I want to say she's around my age. I'm 29. I want to say she's around my age. She's in her mid to late 20s, where she still lives in her mom's house. Basically has a basement bedroom, and in the Shane docuseries, she basically doesn't know her way around her house. So it makes you wonder, okay, is she being kept down there, kind of thing? You can tell that her mom sometimes is standing behind the camera in her videos and is basically monitoring what's going on and what she says. And she, when she is in the videos, her mom, in the videos with her, she basically tries to keep her as a 10-year-old. And she talks to her like she's a 10-year-old. And I want to say Eugenia, again, is in her mid to late 20s. Her whole bedroom is very childlike. She's got all these stuffed animals. It's very childlike if you go and look at her videos. I don't think I've ever heard her mention a boyfriend or dating anybody or really living an adult life. That's just some things I've noticed, some things I've also read other people have noticed. I'm not going to get too in depth about that. But basically, you can go look for yourself and kind of make assumptions. But a lot of it is unhealthy. She's living in an unhealthy environment. I think that's really what's contributing to her getting thinner and her anorexia and, getting bad again. Sorry, my dog was just making noise. Her getting bad again. She is back to that point of looking the way she did before she entered rehab, and literally skin and bones. Literally, you are worried that she's not going to live another day, and she won't hear it. So many people have made videos about her, like to her, saying please get help and everything, and that's kind of what this video for me is kind of about, is trying to let her know she needs help, and that all the people that she thinks are against her, commenting on her YouTube videos and on her Instagram posts, and like she thinks everyone's against her and everyone's mean to her, and she's just trying to be nice and she doesn't know why. She's a wonderful person from what I've seen the last few years. She's super nice, but she's very self-conscious. She's always saying, oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for my hair. I'm sorry for the way I look. I'm sorry for this and this and this. She's always apologizing. And it's like, girl, you do not need to apologize. You really need to get help, though. As a whole, most people that are commenting on her videos and posts want her to live. And that's what we want to see, is for this girl to get better and to live the rest of her life healthier. You know, I know those tendencies don't go away. Trust me, I've had eating disorder issues. I have had those thoughts when things get bad or life gets stressful. I have those thoughts too. Well, I'm not going to eat today. Or, you know, I'm going to work out twice as hard and barely eat, because that's a good way to control what's going on right now in a situation that I can't control. And I get it. I have those tendencies, and I'm sure anyone out there that's going to watch this video and that has had eating disorder issues will understand what I'm saying. And that's why I'm trying not to go too in depth with any of that stuff, because I don't want to trigger anybody. But I really just want to say, you know, Eugenia needs to really listen. I mean, even what's his name, Johnny, oh gosh, he was in My Digital Escape. Johnny, he does his own music. He just made, Johnny Gilbert, he just made a video to her like a couple days to a week ago, and she like responded to it but didn't really respond to it. He was very emotional and distraught of what she's going through right now, and that she's been going backwards, and she just ignored everything he said and was like, oh yeah, I responded to him and he's really nice and he was so nice in his video. Okay, he was nice, but you didn't understand what he was trying to say. And all these people come out with emotional videos, and it's not registering. And it's scary, because she's somebody on the internet that either a lot of people look up to or a lot of people want her to get better. What I was saying before is, when she got back from rehab, she was wearing less makeup, but she was wearing like more clothing. She looked healthy and she looked great. She really did. And we all thought she was on the road to recovery. But as time went on, she started doing what she used to do. You know, instead of less makeup and trying to look like an adult, essentially, she started going back into her kid ways, wearing all the like kid-like, you know, clothing and stuffed animals, and like the really dark raccoon eyes with the bright colored makeup, and like wearing shit that an emo kid would wear in middle school and high school. And you know, and instead of covering up her skin and bones, she's showing more of it. And I guess lately she's been flashing basically her underwear online on her YouTube videos. I really have not seen them, but I've seen people on respond to them. You know, she's been wearing less clothing the skinnier she's gotten. So it's like, she thinks she looks good, she thinks that nothing's wrong, and she basically ignores it. And all I wanted to say was just, you know, she shouldn't ignore it. We all want her to get better. We all, you know, you don't know what to do or say in those situations, because it's a touchy subject. People jump to feel offended instead of really listen and understand. And all I wanted to say was just, please, Eugenia, listen and understand all of the videos and things people are saying to you. They're not to be hurtful, they're not to be mean, they're not to make fun of you or make you feel bad in any way. they're a plea for you to get help. Because I'm sure all of your fans or followers and all these people on YouTube and Twitter and everyone that follows you wants to see you live another day, wants to see you get better and look better. Honestly, when you got out of rehab, you looked amazing, and we were all rooting for you to do better and to live a good life and get out of your mom's crazy house and to live an adult life. We all wanted to see you get your own place, find a guy to date and find someone to love and to start your adult life and to really flourish and basically, thrive in your life. And that's what we were hoping to see. And she just went right back living with mom into the crazy house and basically held captive and being forced to be like a 10-year-old and not live real life. And I think that that's really affecting her mental health and her regular health. So please, Eugenia, we are rooting for you. And if anyone has any issues, anxiety, depression, mental health, body dysmorphia, eating disorders, please get help. Please don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Please don't be afraid to talk to a friend, a teacher, a coworker, a relative, a family member, a helpline, a crisis helpline, a therapist, anything. Please do not be ashamed. Just know that people, if they come to you, want you to be better and want you to live a good life and want you to flourish and just shine and be your best you. And if people are coming to you being concerned, please listen and at least don't jump to get offended. Just listen and try to understand what they're seeing and what they're trying to say to you. So please get help. Please try to listen and understand what everyone's saying. And we love you, and all the people that are struggling, I love you, and we all love you out here. And please know it's okay to get help, and know it's okay to not be okay, but recognize that and do what you can for you, because in this life there's so much more to live, and there's so many good things to come. So I love you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful Monday. And please, if you know somebody, please help them. And if you are one of those people, please just listen and know from the bottom of all our hearts, we love you, and we just want everyone to feel better. And Eugenia, we just want you to feel better and to live a good life. Hope everyone has a good Monday. See you next time.